I believe that many of us are in a season where our faith is being stretched and tested at a level that we've never experienced before. We've been praying to God and asking and pleading with Him about a situation, and maybe He hasn't moved in our timetable or in the way that we thought He has. Today, I want to talk about that a faith stretched can be a faith strengthened. Hi, and welcome to Take 5. My name is Lanita, Seay, and today we're talking about our faith, how it can be stretched, yet if we would allow it to, our faith can be strengthened. If you would, go with me to Mark chapter 5, verses 21 through 24. When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him while he was by the lake. Then one of the synagogue rulers came there. Seeing Jesus, he fell at his feet and pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." So Jesus went with him. This too was a man who was desperate for a miracle from God. His little girl was sick. It sounds like he had great faith. But from the time we read that Jesus went with him to the time Jesus actually got to his house, there was an interruption of somebody else who needed to be ministered to. While this man had great faith, Jesus didn't move in his timetable and in the way that he expected him to. And many times, possibly all the time, Jesus is not on our behalf either. But he sees the big picture and he knows what we need and he knows how to do it at the best time. If you'll go with me to verses 35 now through 36, it says that while Jesus was still speaking, some men came from the house of the synagogue ruler and said, "Your daughter's dead. She's already died. Why bother the teacher anymore?" Ignoring what they said, Jesus told the synagogue ruler, "Don't be afraid, just believe." And I believe that this is a word for us today too. He may not be moving on your timetable and my timetable. He may not be doing it the way that we want him to. But Jesus is saying, don't listen to everybody else who's going to say, "Why continue praying to Jesus? He obviously isn't answering you. It's not going to happen the way you want it to." It says in verse 36 that Jesus ignored them. If Jesus ignored them, we need to ignore them also. Any negative people that's in your life, we need to ignore them and instead do what Jesus said. Don't be afraid, just believe. I want to leave you with that today. Don't be afraid, just believe. Let your faith be stretched, yes, but let it also be strengthened. Don't give in to fear. Don't give up. Don't be afraid. Just believe. If you have a need that you're believing for too, and you're just going through this season where your faith is being so stretched and so tested, I would love to hear from you. I would love to stand in agreement with you today. Please email me at take5tuesday@gmail.com. All the requests will be strictly confidential. Until next week, God bless you. And don't forget, don't be afraid. Just believe and take 5.